When I was in high school, I missed out on a few really big concerts, and I remember seeing my friends tell me how much of a fun time they had, and seeing pictures and videos and listening to music on my phone and wishing that I had gone and seen it with my friends. And after my junior year, I had so much regret balled up that I made a vow to myself that I was going to go see any band I wanted to see in concert, and I was going to do everything in my power to make that happen. And for the past 2 years, I've kept the vow, and it has led me to do some amazing things. I've gone to different states, I've had so many fun experiences with my friends, and I've even got to meet some of the artists that I respect and enjoy listening to. So it's just been something that I would have never experienced had I not made that vow to myself. So I wanted to dedicate this, my 50th video, to why I think concerts are amazing, because I think that they're this really unique experience that can't be replicated anywhere else, and there are so many things about them that are so special that you just have to experience it to understand it. So since I made that vow to myself, I have taken footage at every concert I've been to with the intent to compile it into this video. So this project is literally 2 years coming, and I hope that it all comes together smoothly and I can accurately express why I think concerts are so amazing and how much of an effect they've had on me and my life. And without further ado, I will start the video. So I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you next week. Bye! The lights and the atmosphere of a concert are unlike anything else. When you walk in, there's such a sense of anticipation for everyone, for when the band's gonna come on and what songs they're going to sing, and it kind of brings everyone together in the beginning. And whether or not you know the person standing next to you, by the end of the night, you're probably going to have danced and sing and laughed and smiled with them and just shared this bond that's kind of unique, because you might not even know their name, but by the end of the night, you kind of do know something about them, and that connection extends further than the people standing right next to you. It's like this whole crowd, this body of people are all excited for the same reason, and they move to this rhythm, and this energy pulses through them like a bloodstream, and everyone moves at the same time, and it's like this sense of enjoyment from being together and listening to this amazing music. And it can get kind of crazy sometimes. Like, watching people crowd surf is so fun. The energy literally lifts people up, and you can trust that everyone's going to take care of you and carry you above. And it's just so amazing to be on top of that sea of people and see the artists and see the lights going everywhere. It's kind of like an experience like none other, and if you get the opportunity, you really should try crowd surfing. But there's also these other things about concerts that are so amazing. Like, the light shows can be so intense, and the sets can be so pretty and beautiful, and sometimes even so simplistic that it really just changes the entire feeling of the concert. And when they start singing your favorite songs and you start singing with everyone else and the crowd sings and it just gets so exciting, there are these moments where like it kind of kilters off and then it crescendos all at once, and that's when the crowd gets really hyped. Like, everyone's just standing there, and then all of a sudden everyone slowly starts jumping until you just hit this huge insane bursts of energy where everyone's excited at the same time, and it's really one of my favorite experiences at a concert. And as well as singing along to the songs you know, there's something cool about learning about the new songs and bands. Most of the time, bands will ask openers that have similar music styles to them, so if you like the band, you're probably going to like the opener. My favorite part about concerts is when a song ends and the lights go out and you're just standing there in total darkness, and you know that there's like hundreds of people around you, and you can sense it but you can't see it, and you know that the people on the stage are standing there but you can't see them. And so there's just this time, this moment of darkness where you're standing and it's ephemeral and it feels like you're suspended in time and space. And then the second the lights come on and the music starts again, everyone comes together, and that's when the connection with the crowd really becomes solid. Like, you feel like you are there with everyone because you've gotten the second to really interpret yourself in the darkness, and then you're there with everyone else, and it just becomes this crazy mesh of everyone having such a good time. And whether or not you're in a small venue or a big venue, whether or not it's even in your language or not, there's so much about that connection and that energy at concerts that make it so fun. And if you're not willing to let go and dance and sing and let loose, then you're not going to have as good of an experience. And it's amazing not only when the crowd gets to let loose and get into it, but when the artists do. And you look up and you see them getting so excited about what they're doing and getting so intense and into it and banging their head and hugging other people and even sometimes getting in the crowd and crowd surfing. There's just this connection from the artists to the people other than the music. It becomes like this intense physical connection where they are just as into it as you are. And it's really, really intense when you're in the first row and you get to see them up close and personal. But at the same time, it's so fun to be in the middle of a crowd, like 3 rows back or even 20 rows back, where you're just surrounded by people who are also excited about the concert. And at the end of the night, after you've heard your favorite songs and everyone has had such a fun time together, they play what seems to be their last song and they exit the stage. And everyone in unison starts singing one more song or encore, and eventually the band comes out and you have no clue what they're going to play. And most of the time it's a really special song that they end up playing, and those songs are kind of end off the energy, you know? Like, before the encore, there's this sense of anticipation, like you still want more. It doesn't feel like the set has been complete. And once they're done playing their final song, after the encore, everyone just has this sense of satisfaction, like everything's done. And you walk out and you feel different because you just made this crazy connection with a bunch of people and an artist, and there was music and there were lights and there was this atmosphere that is so hard to describe. And you go home and you spend some time with your friends and you plan your next concert.